Well, welcome back to UFOs Above Us. All right, today I'm going to do a very detailed analysis of the moon and do a breaking announcement that I believe I've uncovered a transportation grid on the surface of the moon. We're going to start off by looking at that white structure right there. And because of my newer equipment, I'm able to blow these pictures up more than I have in the past and see a lot more detail, as you're about to see. So when I first looked at this structure, and you can see the base there, so there's definitely something man-made sitting on a raised base. When I first looked at this, it reminded me of a World War II battleship weapon. So I thought, well, that might be something for breaking up asteroids like I've talked about in the past. But when I study it, look at that line right there. If you look at the right half and the left half, something's different. And when I blow this up bigger, you're going to see what's different. And the difference is the color. The left-hand side is a very strong white color, and I believe what we're looking there at that seam right there is that's the background of the crater rim, and it's that tan regolith color, and it just happened to line up with this white part, which I believe is some kind of a tower, maybe a really large dish on a pedestal there. That's what it looks like to me. But because of the alignment, it kind of gave the appearance of a gun, although I think it really, in actuality, is some kind of maybe a radio telescope tower or something. All right, so until I got this newer equipment, I couldn't see this stuff, but now I see so much more resolution. I noticed a black line, and you can even see it in the fairly wide-angle shot, but when I zoom in, you can notice something else about that black line. Periodically along this black line, there are these round circles. See the round circles there? Just kind of haphazardly spread, but they're always lined up perfectly on the black line. So I wondered, well, what is it? Is it just coincidental that there's little craters every so often? And I don't believe that. Not for a minute. I believe what we're looking at is some kind of a transportation grid. My best guess is that these are corresponding to a tube, which is used to transfer product, people, whatever they're moving along the surface of the moon. And those black circles correspond to buildings, all different sizes, as you notice there, but they're all lined up perfectly with the line, and I believe those are buildings along this tube, and my bet is that it uses some kind of a magnetic levitation device, maybe similar to what Elon Musk designed to do high-speed rail. So if you look carefully, even under these black areas, which originally most people think those are shadows, I no longer believe all of those are shadows from the cast from the sun there on the moon. I believe those are camouflage. The reason I believe that is it's just not, I don't buy the coincidence. You see carefully, you look under there, you can see them through that black area. I believe that some of those black areas, not all of them, but some of them are actually camouflage so that people can't see what's really on the surface of the moon. This goes back to what Neil Armstrong said in one of his rare public appearances where he said, you know, the truth is out there if we can peel back protective layers. I think that was code, and it was actually talking about the moon. And what he was talking about is that there's camouflage on the surface of the moon to hide what's really under there from the people. And if we learn to peel back that camouflage and see what's underneath it, or just see it's there, we'll understand. For example, look at this tan area right here, and I'm going to do my best to circle this with the mouse here. It's not too easy, but you get the idea. You see that area right there? If you look carefully at that, it's clearly over an overlying white area. Well, how could that be on the moon? And what I think that is that's a giant area that's been camouflaged somehow. I don't know what technology they use, but some type of camouflage to break up the surface of the moon so we can't see what's there. And the reason is, I think if you look under there, there's a lot of structures all over the moon. And those strategically placed black areas or tan areas are there to deceive, or I shouldn't say deceive, to hide the truth from the public. And the truth is that the whole surface of the moon has these black lines. Look right here's another one. Notice that black line with the periodic round circular areas. That's just another transportation grid. Now, these grids may correspond to just individual closed loop systems, or they may be interconnected all over the surface. I don't know. But what I do believe at this point, based on this gear and studying this and analyzing it carefully as a scientist, I'm doing this. I believe that the moon actually has a transportation grid all over the surface. And I'm to the point, I'm basically wringing out all of the detail I can get from my current equipment, but I'm seriously considering upgrading again to get even more detail. I can do one more upgrade and double the resolution of my pictures. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. But for now, I'm sharing this with you. For UFOs above us, keep watching the skies and share your results.